It's not learn to code anymore, it's learn to Home Depot. At least that's what Hollywood executives are being told by the trades. THR reporting that even the Oscar-nominated, the award winners, are having to turn to things like carpentry. And then, you won't believe it, they're defending what they're doing, taking away jobs from some of those who need them most by claiming ICE, yes, ICE, is ready to strike, thus making it okay for them to steal away the jobs of the underclass. It's a great day. It's a groovy day. Folks, welcome back to the channel that continues to change hearts and minds simply by telling the truth with a capital T. And as we get into this one, let me just say, we here are never purveyors of some sort of corrupt patriarchy. No, we are simply waking up the woke to the joke they've been living in. As we dive in, click the like button, and let's explain why Hollywood is in a spin cycle like you've never seen before. Out of the Hollywood Reporter, take a look at this from Nick Morton. I used to be a Hollywood writer. Now I'm lugging lumber from Home Depot. It's an upgrade. Why in the world would this be allowed in Hollywood trade unless it is to say, learn to Home Depot, not learn to code? It says in the latest in the Hollywood Reporter series about life after Hollywood, a former TV and film scribe undergoes a gut renovation as he settles into a second career as a construction worker. This is the kind of stuff right now for folks who do not understand just how devastating it has been in SoCal when it comes to entertainment production. These are the kinds of stories happening. They're not talking about the next big era, the next golden era, when will it arrive? They're talking about, what do you do to survive? Oh, you're not going to be part of the entertainment industry anymore? Go work for Home Depot. This is something. It says it's 5:45 a.m. on a Tuesday, and the Home Depot on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood is already bustling. I'm standing in aisle 18, deep in the lumber section of the cavernous space, evaluating formulations of plaster compound. I've been sitting here to get a 50-pound bag of 40 Minute, a box of red dot, box of green dot, a roll of drywall tape, and a roll of frog tape. To be clear, I don't know what any of these things are. The last time I was up this early for work, I was on the set of Cooper's Bar, co-created that for AMC, Emmy nominated, trying to convince our star, Ray Seahorn, that one of the jokes I'd written for a character would be funnier if she said the words, well, you get the idea why we might be working at Home Depot, eh? Instead of her preferred choice. Facehole was the preferred choice. She ultimately agreed, of course, and, well, good for her, right? Because, well, now working at Home Depot is a sign that we were on the right line. In the intervening months, Hollywood has suffered an actor strike, a writer strike, a spiraling production exodus, and a content contraction precipitated by the economics of streaming and the rise of creators on media platforms like YouTube and TikTok. I, says the author, lost my job working in a production company, and my show got canceled. After a 30-year career in Hollywood, where I held executive positions at companies like Anschutz Entertainment Group and Phoenix Pictures, where I wrote, produced, and directed award-winning movies and TV like Ray and Afternoon Delight, I am now a construction worker. You know, Christian, you got to think that all of the immigrants who came to California looking for construction work are going to be displeased with the idea that their culture is being assimilated by Hollywood executives.
Wow.
Not low-level writers. No, I'm not trying to be too offensive here, but I'm just saying, isn't it amazing that these executives just thought, well, you know what? I'll go take the jobs away from others who are working construction jobs. I'll go do that instead. And now they're bragging about it in the trades that they went to go take away the jobs of others that they've advocated for because the entertainment industry is drying up. How bad is it right now, Christian, that we've come to this?
It's pretty bad. It's a Hollywood privilege to take the jobs away from the immigrants who wanted to do it in the first place. By the way, instead of saying learn to code, it's learn to vote better, because there's so many self-inflicted wounds here. I mean, I've been reading up about what goes on in an LA film production, and it's a nightmare. It's permitting, it's crime, it's this, it's that. It's just not conducive to storytelling, and that's a shame. And then again, it's this whole atmosphere. And listen, part of it is streaming, and part of it is, YouTube creators make great content, which is more affordable and more fun and cheekier than a lot of the stuff we see out of Hollywood. So it's a perfect storm for sure. But again, a lot of these things could have been avoided if people are acting smarter, voting better, making it more business friendly, but they've done nothing of the kind. So now you have to haul lumber.
Now, Jonas, you thought that I was stepping into a very offensive suggestion, right? Earlier?
No, I just thought it was a very good point.
Well,
the fact that if you show up early morning to a Home Depot, you may be getting assistance in building a deck. And you may, you need to know a little bit more Spanish than you would in order to order your food at a restaurant. But as I understand it, in California, that's a very easy way to get some help for low cost. Not that I'm endorsing this way of doing business. So the idea that someone is going to Home Depot out of the writer's room, that's tragic on one level because they have an image in their mind of having, quote unquote, made it. But I would imagine the work at Home Depot is actually more straightforward, so it might fill them with a little bit of pride. I'm also reminded that wasn't Harrison Ford, wasn't he working as a carpenter when they shanghaied him into doing some group auditions so they could fill out the cast for the auditions of Star Wars? So
well,
there's no shame in learning a trade in any way.
No. And I just want to tell you, Jonas, that luckily our writer over on the Hollywood Reporter has taken the time to let you know that it's okay what he's doing. He's not taking away the jobs of the underprivileged or the hardworking immigrants or those people who are trying to get ahead and make it on their own. No, he's thought of it all. Because also out of the Hollywood trades, listen to this, out of the Hollywood Reporter, from the start, a big part of my job was being sent to Home Depot. People of color won't go there these days because ICE has effectively suspended habeas corpus for anyone who even looks like they may be undocumented. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Every person of color, folks out there, I don't know how we classify that exactly, but every single person of color is avoiding Home Depot. It's just white people at Home Depot now because ICE is running roughshod through the aisles of lumber, suspending habeas corpus and dragging you away. Well, I'm so glad now that the construction industry can deal with these, I'm just going to be honest, psychos. I'm so glad they can enjoy with them. You know, can you imagine the smugness of this guy walking in Home Depot and be like, I am here as a white man defending all of the people of color that are not allowed to be here today. This is who is now being, they're crushing those who would just like to buy, a couple of nails, a couple of screws. Now they're screwed loose. That's why they lost the industry, and they're choosing not to admit what really defeated them. And now they're learning to Home Depot. What do you make of it, Nat? And will jobs ever come back in the same way to California?
They can't stop, can they?
No, they can't learn.
Going at it. No, they don't learn. And even there, they still have to do the same thing that got them out of Hollywood in the first place. And they had multiple opportunities over decades, I would say, to correct, because enough people were shouting at them, hey, this is not working. This is not what we want to watch. And this is why you're not doing well. And yet they don't learn. And maybe a little bit of manual labor will do them good, but I don't think so at this point.
Instead, Nat, I imagine that there's like a Hispanic guy buying a ceiling fan, and this guy's going in there and be like, let me get you out. You've got to get to safety. Come with me quick. And the guy's like, man, I'm just here to get a ceiling fan. Leave me alone. Like, I don't want to go. That's what I've,
what are you talking about? Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
Talking to me weird, man. Yes.
No, come with me. I'm a former Hollywood executive. Oh. It'll be okay. Godzilla's out there. Yeah. Fighting the orange Godzilla in Home Depot.
But I don't think they'll learn.
And I think California can make a comeback at some point. I think entertainment can make a comeback, but I'm not sure it can ever be as big now.
Especially if these people continue to be at the helm, because they don't want to understand or learn. And as Christian said, the voting as well. Like, you got yourselves into this mess. The only way to get yourselves out of it is by coming to the realization of the actual errors of your ways. Which is it escapable though now, or have we hit the point where I don't know what it's going to take for California to get out of this? Because now it went so far to one side that side has placed impediments to ever make the changes in the opposite direction again.
And also the issue is that there are many Hollywoods springing up elsewhere in Dallas and in Nashville, other parts of the country. So they're picking up the slack, and they have much more business-friendly arenas to work in. So even if LA were to make a comeback of sorts, it's going to be bleeding out to other parts of the country.
And I think, that it's good to have a disbursement. I think that's good. It'll probably be more authentic to the rest of the country. Yeah. But, I don't want to celebrate the kind of things we're seeing in Hollywood. I know that the decisions that were made, if they had just listened to what the market was saying, they'd be okay. I get that people smiling in their white pickup truck, like this. I get just the audacity of it. But culture, I still don't want to celebrate, this happening. But at the same time, I'm curious, why do you think they're allowing these kinds of articles in the trades? It really is it's kind of pathetic. It's a little bit sad.
Well, I mean, they're just confronting something, honestly, for a change at PMC Media. You have to remember that as one of the three trades that are owned by the same group, that, they're going to have to disagree with each other from time to time, or else they won't be perceived as being realistic. Look, we've reached the point of no return when it comes to Hollywood, unfortunately. And you don't have to agree with me, but you do have to understand that 50% of production starts are gone. California is no longer the center of content creation, whether it be for film or television or even music these days. In fact, people are headed towards Atlanta and many other places across the country, Nashville included, to record and make that kind of culture. Hollywood's just being outsourced, but it doesn't necessarily have to leave the country. It can go almost anywhere and do better, which is why the state is in a position where they're going to have to reevaluate what the tax credit situation looks like. And LA right now, Film LA is trying to figure out how to get people to make things there. They actually, for small productions, are going to reduce fees or eliminate them completely for small productions. But if you're a big guy, you get no deal. And that's just inverse thinking. They should be trying to bring more things to the, to downtown LA or the 18 blocks that make up Hollywood. And they're so backwards. Their politics are poor when it comes to this. They've increased costs with the various union negotiations, and they didn't address AI, which is, and like I said, I'm writing an article on right now, when they should have, which would have helped, buy them more time. But that's all that's happening right now, in my perception, that everything they're doing right now is to buy slightly more time before the absolute eclipse occurs. And it's going to be brutal.
One quick thought. I didn't read the whole article. What was the upgrade part of it? Is he happier now that he's doing this work?
Hang on. Let's go to the end of it. I don't think he's happy, but he's accepted of it, if I remember right. Here, look at him. Got his bag of concrete. He's so happy. Let's go down to the bottom. I want to scream out in frustration. I want to cry. I don't think this is going well. I am so angry that Hollywood has reduced me to this level of desperation. Well, he's definitely taking. He's definitely learning and really, being introspective of what he could do. All the favors I doled out when I was in a position to do so have gone unreciprocated. My darkest hour. Yeah, Chris, I'm going to say that these are not the kinds of words and phrases being used by a guy who's happy. But my direct pleas for help, treated as the humorous pangs of a spoiled child. Why is nobody returning my calls? How could the end of my 30-year career find me scrubbing floors? Why wasn't I taken more seriously by my peers? Was I too haughty? Did I not sleep around enough? I'm sure that was the problem. I feel like a fool for ever believing in myself. Does it get better? And where I belong, it turns out, is where I began the story, in aisle 18 at Home Depot on Sunset at 5:45 in the morning. What are you doing? He asks incredulously. Somebody asks him. I'm caught off guard. Stammering, I answer, this is what I do now for a living. It's the first time I've revealed to anyone in the industry what's become of my life. I'm embarrassed, and I feel my bottom lip quiver like I might burst into tears. But when I look up to meet his gaze, I see something there I've never seen before when talking about my projects or my pitches or my career. I'm not even sure what it is. Good for you, he says. That's what my dad did growing up. And I realize the look on his face is one I've rarely seen from Hollywood. It's respect. Ooh. There's your big finding out. There you go, folks. You let us know, though. We put this poll out there. This author says there are no people of color at Home Depot or Lowe's because of pure fear. They'll be ransacked and ran out of there, but taken across the border by the feds. The poll says, have you seen a person of color at Home Depot or Lowe's lately? The options are yes. 2, I actually am a person of color and I go there. Or 3, no. So far, every single person has said yes. You have seen a person of color at Home Depot or Lowe's. If you are such a person, or if you do see a person at Home Depot or Lowe's, please take the appropriate steps to protect those individuals. Sneak them out through the back if you have to. No, folks, they'll be okay. You're okay. It's going to be okay. We'll get through this together, along with the Hollywood execs who are learning, well, maybe not the right lesson, but a lesson as they learn to Home Depot. Often as we get ready to wrap these up, folks, you'll hear us say, keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun. And the reason we do it is because we appreciate you. It's true, we do. And we want you to have a good time. Thank you for giving us the great time of spending time with you. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below because you matter. Your thoughts matter. Who cares what the legacy corporate deadbeat media tells you? You really are important. And we're a testament to that. We wouldn't be here without folks just like you. And since we've said it, we'll say it once more. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.